Welcome to True Crime Dive. Tonight, we descend into a case so chilling, it sounds like the twisted plot of a psychological horror film. But this isn't fiction. This is the story of Valerie Reyes, a gifted young woman with a love for art, books, and family, who, just days before her disappearance, eerily predicted her own death. This is a story of obsession, manipulation, and the quiet danger that hides behind familiar faces. Valerie Reyes was born on April 1st, 1994, in New Rochelle, New York, the eldest daughter of Norma and S. Reyes. Valerie was quiet, kind, and deeply creative. She loved art, adored reading, and found peace in solitude. Unlike most her age, Valerie didn't chase parties. She found joy in bookstores, walking trails, and time with her family. By 2018, she had a steady job at a bookstore, a passion for and a dream of opening her own tattoo studio. She had a soulmate for transforming pain into something beautiful. But she also struggled with bouts of anxiety. It came and went in waves, something she mostly managed through her art, until one day, the fear came rushing in like a flood. In early 2018, Valerie met Javier Enrique Docilo Rojo's Venezuelan immigrant through a dating app. Their relationship lasted just 3 months. Valerie soon saw signs she didn't like: jealousy, control, emotional manipulation, and then lies. Javier once faked his mother's death to get Valerie's sympathy. He used her debit card without permission. Even after the breakup, he refused to let go. To Valerie, it was over. To Javier, it was just January 28, 2019, Valerie calls her mother Norma. Her voice is shaking. She says, "I feel like something bad is going to happen. I feel like I'm going to die." Norma is alarmed, but thinks it might just be anxiety. That night, Valerie texts her mother and best friend, saying she's okay, but she wasn't. By the next day, Valerie had vanished. She never showed up to work. Her phone went dark, and her apartment clean, except for one detail: blood specks on the pillow, bathroom floor, and toilet. And a pillow missing for days. Her family searched. Her friends pleaded for answers online. Surveillance caught a girl resembling Valerie near an ATM, and then nothing. Until February 5th, on a quiet roadside in Greenwich, Connecticut, road workers spotted an abandoned red-orange suitcase. Curious, one man opened it. The stench hit first. Then, a nightmare. Inside was a body, folded, bound, bruised. A young woman's ankles and wrists were taped, her shirt unbuttoned, her face beaten. It was Valerie. She had been strung-led to death, likely while still alive in that suitcase. The investigation turned fast. Javier had rented a car just hours before Valerie vanished. Surveillance showed him, face covered, withdrawing cash from her bank account. When police tracked him down, he lied, then changed his story, then lied again. Eventually, he confessed to being in her apartment. He claimed they had one last intimate moment, that he panicked, but the autopsy told a different story. She didn't die from a fall. She died from tape wrapped around her nose and mouth. She had injuries from struggle, defensive wounds, DNA under her nails. Valerie fought for her life. Here's what investigators believe happened. On the night of January 28th, Javier drove to Valerie's home. He may have lied to get inside. What followed was rage-fueled assault, possibly sexual, definitely violent. He beat her, tied her, then stuffed her still alive into a suitcase they once bought together for a trip that never happened. She suffocated slowly. Then he stole from her iPad, her debit card, her phone unlocked with her own fingerprint. And as her family desperately searched, Javier used her money to buy electronics and left her body on the side of a highway like trash. In court, Javier sobbed. He claimed he couldn't forgive himself, that he was broken, that he stayed on camera on purpose, to be caught. But Valerie's family wasn't moved. They saw his actions, not his tears. He pled guilty. On September 23, 2021, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. When he's released, he'll be deported back to Venezuela. Valerie Reyes was more than a victim. She was an artist, a sister, a daughter, a friend. She brought light to every room she entered. But her story also carries a warning about obsession masked as love, about manipulation hiding behind charm, about how predators don't always wear masks. Sometimes, they wear memories. If you or someone you know feels unsafe in a relationship, don't wait. Speak up. Seek help. Trust your instincts. Thank you for joining us on this journey into darkness. You've been watching True Crime Dive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories that deserve to be heard. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and never stop seeking the truth.